The internet is panicking about Avengers Doomsday Reshoots, 2 months of additional photography, scenes that weren't filmed during principal production, key sequences still missing from the current cut. And immediately, the discourse becomes, oh god, the movie's a disaster. They're fixing a broken film. This is Multiverse of Madness all over again. Except that's not what's happening here, at all. And if you understand how Marvel actually makes these movies, the reshoot news isn't a red flag. It's exactly what you'd expect from a film this ambitious. Let me explain. First, we need to stop treating reshoots like a dirty word. Every major blockbuster does reshoots. Endgame did reshoots, The Dark Knight did reshoots, hell, even Paddington 2 did reshoots, and that movie is perfect. The question is never, are there reshoots? The question is always, why are there reshoots? And in Doomsday's case, the answer is pretty straightforward. According to the leaks, several scenes that were always part of the plan simply weren't shot during principal photography because the actors weren't available. You're coordinating schedules for Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Hugh Jackman, potentially Tobey Maguire, and about 40 other A-list actors across multiple filming locations. Some of them were working on other projects, some had scheduling conflicts, so Marvel shot what they could, built a rough cut, and scheduled the rest for later. That's not panic, that's logistics. Here's the part that should actually make you feel better. The current cut of Doomsday is reportedly self-explanatory, meaning if they stopped right now, applied VFX and editing, they'd have a functional movie that makes sense. But Marvel doesn't want a functional movie. They want the best possible version of this movie. So they're using these 2 months to add material that strengthens the story, not fixes it, strengthens it. Think of it like this. You've written a solid essay that gets a B+, but you know if you add 2 more paragraphs and tighten the argument, you can get an A. That's what's happening here. The film works. They're making it work better. Now there is one scene that's genuinely significant and hasn't been shot yet. The Tiva confrontation between Dr. Doom and Loki. This is apparently a major sequence. Doom needs to reach the Tiva to manipulate the timeline and create Battle World. Loki, as the god of stories holding the multiverse together, isn't going to let that happen easily. This confrontation is the hinge the entire third act swings on, and it makes perfect sense why this wasn't filmed during principal photography. Tom Hiddleston has been busy. The Tiva set requires specific construction, and Marvel probably wanted to see how the rest of the film was shaping up before they committed to exactly how this scene plays out. Plus, there are rumors this sequence includes surprise multiverse appearances, which means coordinating even more actors, even more schedules, even more moving parts. Here's where it gets interesting. There are also rumors that some footage intended for Secret Wars will be shot during these Doomsday reshoots. Why would they do that? Simple. Secrecy. If you film Secret Wars material during Doomsday reshoots, nobody knows. Set leakers report it as Doomsday footage, scoopers catalog it as part of this movie. And by the time Secret Wars actually comes out, the twist is protected. It's actually kind of brilliant if they're pulling it off. Use the chaos of Doomsday production to hide Secret Wars setup in plain sight. So what does all of this actually mean for the film's quality? Honestly, it tells us Marvel is confident enough to invest 2 more months and millions of dollars into making this better. If they thought the movie was broken, they wouldn't be adding material. They'd be cutting it down, simplifying it, damage controlling it. The fact that they're expanding suggests they believe they have something worth expanding. Now, does that guarantee Doomsday will be great? Of course not. But the reshoot panic is misplaced. This isn't Multiverse of Madness frantically trying to find a movie in the editing room. This is a film that already exists, getting the polish it needs to be everything Marvel wants it to be. 2 months of reshoots sounds scary. I get it. But when you break down what's actually happening, filming scenes that were always planned but delayed, strengthening an already functional cut, and potentially hiding Secret Wars footage, it's not a crisis. It's just how you make a movie this big. The real test isn't the reshoots. It's what we see in December when this thing finally hits theaters. Until then, maybe we all take a breath and remember that making the most ambitious MCU film since Endgame is complicated. And complicated doesn't mean broken. Let me know what you think. Are you worried about these reshoots, or do you think people are overreacting? Drop a comment below.